All right, so I feel super overwhelmed by all the clutter in my workspace, but I'm gonna try and stay focused. Uh, it's hardly worth a video, but if you want to build it and you're struggling, then I don't have any other way than make a video. So this is my centrifugally unlocked gift box, and I'm just gonna basically show you how to put it together if it interests you. I think the lock worked out really well. It's pretty cool. The simple concept is there's a center cog, this cog in the middle here, and then four, I'm calling them weights or lock weights. My original thought was to make them 100% infill, so they were heavy, but in fact, prototyping, I was just quick printing, and these are just like default settings, two walls, 15% infill, and they work just fine. So they don't need more mass than that. You just need to make sure you get nice clean print. You don't have anything that's going to cause them to bind, so that they can slide back and forth. And as long as one of them, only takes one, of course, to sit inside this cog. The cog has notches in it, and so you can't turn it. But by spinning it and getting them all to go to the outside, you free up the cog, and you can then turn it to release the latches. Can't see the latches here because I've taken them out just so I could show that, but we'll see that as I build it. So that's the finished product. Hopefully one of the camera angles will pick that up. You can see when you spin it, you can open it, and if the lead accidentally locks while it's off, you just have to spin it and then twist it over so that you can lock it again. And once it's in, you're done. So let's do a quick build of that, and then I'll post it and not waste any more time. Okay, this is all the pieces that make up the gift box, and it's pretty straightforward. The only thing that's not shown here is that the lid, I've incorporated some support for the recesses that the ribbons sit in here. I've already removed that support, and so I'm not showing that, but it's pretty obvious when you take it off the build plate, you'll see that, and just remove it. Hopefully it'll come off easier than mine did, because I've made some adjustments to that. But snap on the two pieces of the top ribbon, and then that's kind of the top done. This bow sits there, and there's a connector, so you can snap in the connector, push it in there, and that's now going to connect. I'm calling that the crankshaft. That's connecting down into this gear, but this gear we don't want to connect just yet, so you can leave it like that. The weights, as I mentioned, you may want to print them in 100% infill, but I haven't, and they're working just fine. As long as you got a nice clean print, the weights just slide in. They'll flex outward to go in and then kind of snap into place. Each of these are identical, and the idea with these is that this is what's engaging into the little notches in the cog. Any one of them can slide into the cog, and if one of them's in there, this cog isn't going to turn because it's engaged with that. So that's pretty straightforward. You probably could put that in now, but it's easier if you do these next, which are the locking latch. This little tab's going to engage with the box, the frame of the box. And so you just slide the spring side in first, push it onto the shaft, and make sure the tab is into the wall, through the hole in the wall. And so I'm going to do that 4 times. Those go on pretty easy. And because they're sprung, this thing will always try to lock itself whenever it's idle. And then I recommend pushing a couple of the locks into the middle so that you know you've centered this. When you put this on, you want to make sure that all of the tabs are in their locked position, all equal. And then I'm going to push it down onto that crankshaft and lock it into place. There it goes. And just push it up from the other side. So I'm just pushing on the other side here, and that goes in. Now that's all locked, and that's set your position of the lock. So you can actually change where you have your bow by where you insert that, but I'm not super fussed with that. And as you can see, it's already locked, because any one of those, when I spin it, there you go, it's unlocked now. And so when I let go, you'll see them come back. And as long as I don't shake it, this will stay unlocked. But the minute you give it a shake, it locks again, and now we're set. There's a cover for that, so you can slide that on or snap that on. Just snaps on the 4 corners, and this is also serving as a bit of a retainer for all of that. And I made it gridded just so you could see in there. It's kind of fun to see the mechanism and also make it a faster print. But basically that's that. And on the box, I'm not sure I've designed these the best way, but what I did was they've got 2 parts that engage and slide into here, and then this tab, or it's like a barb, will snap into this hole. So once it's in, you're not taking it out. So put the bottom hooked piece into the bottom of the frame, then those in, and slide it up. And it's quite difficult to slide up, so you hold that down and give it a smack with something solid like this, and now that's snapped into place and it won't come out. So make sure you like your color choice and everything before you do that, because in order to take it out, you'd have to break it. So I have done it by prying this up and using some diagonal cutters. You can cut through here and take it apart, but it's not that much fun. So, oh, and if you do that, which I've done, all you have to do, because that means the barb's not in, you just need to bang it back and then do it again. It's because I wasn't holding down the ribbon when I banged it in. Glad that happened to show you. And that's it. You're built. Make sure your lock is unlocked. That unlocks it, and drop it on, and we're set. Any shake in any direction relocks it. And that's your gift box. Hope it works for you.